Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Espresso right here on SABC3. We're talking well-being this morning. Now, from bloating to burping to burning and complete distress, functional dyspepsia is a digestive disorder that manifests in many symptoms and can negatively impact our quality of life and sense of well-being. Here to help us understand the roots of functional dyspepsia and the treatment options available is pharmacist and national training and PR manager for Relief Pharmaceuticals, Sean Woolard. Here he comes to save the day.
Here we go. Yeah, we're not letting him go. Sean, we're continuing our conversation. Now, you've sort of given us a better understanding of how to tell when you're feeling that difference and where you spot it. But how would you define functional dyspepsia and what causes it, really?
Yeah. So the word functional just really means that it's to do with the function or dysfunction of your digestive system, as opposed to the structure. So if they looked inside, they wouldn't necessarily see any difference in terms of the structure of your digestive tract, but the function is not functioning correctly. So functional dyspepsia, as opposed to maybe some other dread diseases and etc., Crohn's and that type of thing, very different. So around about some in the region, about 40% of people have functional dyspepsia, and others have organic dyspepsia. So that's important to know. And then in terms of the cause, it's really unknown. Just like your IBS, they don't know specifically what causes it, but what influences it, definitely your diet. Stress is a huge one, and then obviously sometimes medications that we use can also impact our digestive system. I think we were speaking about that earlier.
Yeah, I was definitely, because I was experiencing some symptoms that's making me kind of put two and two together, which is quite interesting. What are those common symptoms that will alert us to this could potentially be functional dyspepsia?
Right, so we looked earlier on at the epigastric region. So it's epigastric pain, the burning sensation, gastric fullness, that kind of sense where when I have my meal and then for a day or two after, it feels like I'm still carrying that meal around inside of me. It doesn't want to go through. Early satiety, which is a long word, but just basically means I take one bite and I feel full. I just don't feel like I can eat anymore. And then nausea, bloating. So there are a number of symptoms that go with functional dyspepsia.
So how long after experiencing all these symptoms should I wait before consulting a GP and just seeing, a doctor to help me out with this? Yeah,
and it wasn't just a bad pizza the night before. So consistency, I think, like IBS, we talked about consistently experiencing symptoms weekly for 3 to 6 months. So when that happens, obviously that's a time to talk to your healthcare practitioner.
In terms of treatment, how can one treat this? And of course, what are some of the lifestyle changes that might now need to take place to make sure that we experience constant alleviation and relief?
So the relief would happen through choosing your right food, chewing it well, and chilling, just relaxing a little bit, not stuffing all that food down like we tend to do on the go, as we do.
You are dragging me right now.
Absolutely, speaking to you there, I see that hand. But, and then obviously using something like ARTIGEST IBS. In a clinical trial with ARTIGEST IBS, 86% of participants were shown to have a reduction in their gastric motility, symptoms related to IBS and dyspepsia. So fantastic product, and I really recommend that one. Totally natural herbal supplement,
Wow. So obviously this says to me that there is no real long-term relief. You kind of always have to just be consistent with how you treat it and how you monitor it over time.
Yeah, it's a holistic way of approaching it. The diet, the symptomatic relief, absolutely,
Sean Woolard, you are the plug, my friend.
Put both of them here.
Wow. IBS for days.
It's over. Those days are gone.
There we go. So if you suffer from IBS or dysfunctional dyspepsia, you can find ARTIGEST at all leading pharmacies nationwide. Plus, this week, we have an amazing relief pharmaceutical hamper up for grabs that is valued at 1,000 Rand. That includes products designed to help with the relief of your symptoms and stress. And we want to know if you suffer from IBS or functional dyspepsia and what your symptoms are. You can visit the Espresso Facebook page, share your answer on the competition post, and remember that T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
Control the symptoms and feel the relief with ARTIGEST IBS, brought to you by Relief Pharmaceuticals.
Well, now that we've taken down some notes on how to watch out for that IBS and functional dyspepsia, and you are online Googling this amazing product, ARTIGEST IBS, it's time for us to check out what's happening all around the world with Kat and the news.